Yo guys, quickly before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know I'm doing an anime showdown giveaway in my Discord, because if you guys didn't know, it will be pay to play upon release, and it'll be about 200 to 300 Robux if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the giveaway will consist of up to 5 winners. If you guys want to take part in it, come join the Discord, links down below. And what are you doing? You know, you might as well subscribe and like the video. You know, let's try and get 1,000 likes, man. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright boys, so at number 5 we have Tengen Uzui. Now off the rip, okay, my man has 5 different moves. Most characters have 4, okay? That in itself is already pretty crazy. Let's just say Tengen is a really well-rounded character, right? So he has long range moves, he has short range moves, and he has mid range moves, and he has moves to just absolutely close the distance. So his 4 and his 5 actually both have super armor, and those moves are really good because the 5 is able to close distance like nothing else, bro. It gives you a little bit of a movement boost, and it also has super armor, so it kind of is, wow, like he's just a really great well-rounded character, right? And his 5 also breaks block. Like, what else do you need from this man, okay? His 1 has a nice little dash which allows you to close the distance on your opponents as well. So like I said, he has a good mix of long range moves but also close range moves like his 2 and 3, right? His 2 is just a really good combo extender, and his 3 is also a really good combo extender. All right, so did I forget to mention his 3 also breaks block? Like, my man Tengen is OP, bro. I don't even, oh my goodness, you can combo his 2 and 3 together to just give you a sublime combo, and it does like amazing health. Okay, it takes like half the bar of the opponent's health. Mix that in with your 4 or 5 and your 1. Yeah, Tengen is something you don't want to mess with. He's really good for stacking points, which most characters on this list will be. They're going to be great at stacking points. And let's not even talk about my man's mode, okay? If I'm being real, a lot of his mode are just kind of reskins, a little bit bigger versions of his main regular basic attacks. So it's not too big of a difference, but except his 5, okay? His 5 gives you a sort of auto dodge in a sense, right? So if you activate his 5, you're not getting hit by anything, you're not taking any damage. It's literally like my man has Sharingan, bro. And the duration of it seems like it's between 15 seconds or so, something like that. So it's really good, especially if you're doing free-for-alls, for example. It's really good for 1v1s too, but just, bro, free-for-alls, my man can stack points like nothing else. So he's a really good character, also really easy to use. And yeah, he's number 5 on this list. I really feel like a lot of you guys would like Tengen, and he's just really, what's the word, flamboyant, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now, next up, we're moving on to Ulquiorra at number 4. And Ulquiorra, while he might be a little bit, I would say, maybe a little harder to use than Tengen, for example, he's not going to be that much harder. Like I said, most characters on this list are going to be really easy to use. Off rip, my man's first move is a super armor Kamehameha, pretty much. I'm gonna call it what it looks like, okay? It looks like a big ass Kamehameha, right? And yeah, like I said, you have super armor. So if the opponent doesn't really know how to bait it out, for example, if they end up rushing into you by accident, they're done, right? And on top of that, if the opponent tries to go behind you, sometimes it pushes them into the beam. So even if they do try and hit you from the back, big pause, they essentially still get caught in the beam because for some reason it just pushes them into your Sero beam, right? So yeah, it's just outrageous. Now his 2, his jab rush, that's probably the easiest move to combo with. It's really just another super armor, like literally just a nice super armor move where you can just punish the opponent. It's really nice. You can use it as a counter. Let's say somebody's trying to rush you or they try and jump down on you and attack you. Press that button and you have super armor, and essentially you get prioritized, so you hit them and then you can combo right off of it because it doesn't have a knockback. So jab rush is really good. His 3 is kind of okay. I would say you have to kind of use it right. If you use it near a wall, it knocks back and you can probably combo them right off the wall because they'll get stuck. So it is good in that extent, but sometimes it has a lot of end lag, so you can end up getting caught up in combos if you're not careful. And his 4 is also really good too, but sometimes the way you use it can actually end up making you miss the opponent at times, but it does hit multiple targets, which, like I said, is really good for stacking up points. Come on now, you guys understand, okay? All these characters are really good at stacking points. Alright, with Ulquiorra, you can use Finger Arrow and snipe 3 people from across the map. It's just that OP. You can use Whirlwind, get another person, jab rush, combo them up for a little minute. Like, bro, Sonito Flourish, the 4th move, you can hit multiple people with that. Is good, and that doesn't even take into consideration he has 2 modes, bro. If I'm not even mistaken, I'm pretty sure his first mode has like 3 guard breaks, bro. Like, he is just insane, bro. And did I also forget to mention another 3 of his moves also have super armor as well? Like, he's insane. That's only his first mode as well. Now his second mode, his 2, has a really big AoE attack which also breaks guard, so it's like what more do you want from this character, bro? What more do you really want? He also has another Cero Blast. We already knew that though, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much the basis of what I'm trying to tell you is Ulquiorra is really good, okay? Like, he's insanely good. And yeah, if you use him correctly, boy, you about to be on top of that leaderboard, bro. 1K points, like, it's gonna be crazy. Now moving on to number 3, and honestly one of my personal favorites, we got Naruto. Okay, now Naruto, man's really good as well, I can't lie. He also has 2 modes very similar to Ulquiorra, but the thing is like, he's just insane. He's just insane. In his base mode, his 2 is Shadow Clone Jutsu, and that move spawns about 3, maybe 4 Shadow Clones, and they just literally whoop the opponent's ass. Like, they literally whoop his ass, bro. His Rasengan has super armor, and it's a really good, honestly, it's a really good counter. Sometimes people like to jump and try to drop down and attack you. You use it, if you see it coming, boom, you instantly shoot them away with Rasengan. And it gets them stuck to a wall too, so you can combo right off that if you're close to the wall. Rasengan's amazing, bro. He has the Toad Water as well. That's the last super armor move, and that's just a long range water attack, but you can use it in combos at times as well. And his 5th move, you might think, oh wow, Naruto has 5 moves. Yes, he does, except the 5th move isn't really one for damage. That's called Sage Chakra Clone, and what that does is it charges the left bar on your screen, right? And that essentially, when it gets to full, you can pretty much become Sage Mode. And when you have Sage Mode, boy, Naruto is damn near unbeatable. He is damn near unbeatable. Probably one of the most annoying characters to fight. And once you have Sage Mode, that's where the points really start stacking up. And if anything, I actually prefer Sage Mode the most to his other form, which we'll also get into. But yeah, once he's in Sage Mode, his moves are pretty similar to his base mode, except his 1 actually turns into Rasengan Barrage, which just does a little bit more damage, and I think it might be a little bit faster. Again, Shadow Clone Jutsu, we have Toad Oil Flame Bullet, again, similar to the very 3rd move on his base mode again. Nothing too different, except now he has Rasen Shuriken and Odama Rasengan. And if I'm being very honest, I don't use Odama Rasengan too much, but it's really easy to combo it. All you gotta do is do the up tilt, and then instead of pressing M1 to knock them down, press M2, and they'll be stuck on the ground for a minute. They'll be stunned, and then you can proceed to use Odama Rasengan, and that's a pretty good combo right there, you know. So just a little quick tip for you. And Rasen Shuriken, bro, it's a really nice ranged move. It hits multiple people as well. So again, if you're in free-for-all or 2 teams, 4 teams, whatever it is really good to stack points, okay? Now you see a theme going on right now, okay? I'm talking about characters that stack points, because a lot of the characters that are good at stacking points are the characters that are good in long range and close range scenarios, essentially, right? So all the characters on this list are really good all around characters, okay? So yeah, and yeah, also Naruto does have Chakra Mode, which I don't use too often, I can't lie to you, because I like Sage Mode more, you know what I mean? But he does have Planetary Rasengan as his 1, which is another super attack move. Like, all the Rasengans have super armor pretty much. The Rasengan Flash, which also has super armor, and it just drops a big ass Rasengan on their head. Like, and it also has Odama Rasen Shuriken, which actually has hyper armor instead of super armor. So it's also really good, also long range, and does pretty good damage. So yeah, Naruto's just a solid character all around. He also has a 6 Tails mode as well. I don't really use, now that mode I rarely use, simply because I prefer the Chakra mode to that mode instead. But yeah, if you heard it from me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would rather just use Sage mode or Chakra mode. 6 Tails mode did get a buff, but in my opinion, I like Sage mode and Chakra mode better. That's just me personally. Either way, even if you go 6 Tails mode, he's still really good at stacking points regardless and whooping everybody. So yeah, Naruto, solid character. Number 3 on the list. Moving on to number 2, okay, we have from one of my favorite new gen anime, Black Clover, we got Asta. All right, that boy is solid. When I say solid, he's solid, bro. All of his moves are simply sublime, if I'm being honest with you. His 1 is a nice dash attack, which has a good amount of super armor. Not a good amount, it has super armor, right? And so pretty much you can rarely get countered with that. His 2 is a nice long range attack where it does pretty decent damage. It's called Black Slash. His 3 is another super armor attack, but it's called Hurricane, which you just do a little twirly, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can use that in a few different ways. Some ways you can use it as a counter. If you see somebody coming towards you, they're looking like they're about to attack you, boom, Hurricane. Or you can use it in the middle of a combo as well. And his 4 is an anti-magic deflect, bro. So that move, you can deflect anything. M1s, you can deflect super attacks, hyper armor, everything. You can literally deflect anything. So like, he's a really good mix of long range, close range, and counter attacks, right? So he can literally counter you, he can hit you from afar, he can hit you right next, like in your face pretty much. So he's good. Asta's really good. And did I forget to mention he has 2 modes, okay? His first mode is really nice. The moves are honestly pretty similar to his base form, except some moves might be tweaked a little bit, and the last move is very different. Like for his 1, for example, I don't really like his mini modes 1. Compared to his regular form, this one you can't really do much. You can't change the direction of it or anything, but in his base form, a move very similar to that, his one, you can move around, you can find, you know, you can move your character around and try and hit them, but in this form, no, you just gotta stay straight on the path, bro. You can't turn at all. So again, his 2 is very similar to his 2 in his base form, just a little bit bigger, but yeah, his 3 again, very similar. Now his 4, Black Divider, is insanely good. It does a pretty good amount of damage, and the hitbox is very large, and I'm pretty sure he can hit multiple people as well. So yeah, that move is really good. Again, like I said earlier, he's a good character to stack points, bro. Like all these characters are. They're all amazing at stacking points. But now we move on to his main mode, and his main mode, I honestly do prefer his mini mode, if I'm being honest with you. I can't lie. But his main mode is really, really good because, especially because his ultimate move, which is Black Meteorite. Like, as soon as you lock eyes with a target, right, you can make this lovely eye contact. You just gotta use the move like so. And it does a nice cutscene animation. It goes crazy. It goes crazy, and it does a pretty good amount of health. You just have to be careful because sometimes you can miss the move, and then the cooldown, I don't think the cooldown actually ends until until the mode runs out, pretty much. Yeah, so, and yeah, again, his 1 and 2 are pretty similar to the ones in his base and mini mode forms, a little bit tweaked, obviously, but yeah, and his 3 is also really good for combo extending as well. So yeah, great character, best all-around character in my honestly, you can interchange 1 and 2. I prefer Asta to number 1, and we'll get into number 1, but Asta, like, he's just my guy. He's my guy, bro. And he's, you know, Black Clover. I'm a Black Clover stan, I can't lie. And number 1, we have Rimuru. I feel like if you guys have seen a few videos on Anime Showdown, you guys would probably already know how overly powered Rimuru is, bro. Like, she's just, or he, you know, I actually don't know the gender of this person. Is that bad? Am I like, wow, okay. I'm gonna call her she, because it looked like a she. I'm gonna say she for right now. But anyways, yeah, as you can see, she has 5 moves. Like, off rip, that's already insane. The first move is this long range thunder from the skies, bro. It's immaculate, but you can block it actually. But sometimes I find it personally hard to block. I don't even know why. I guess the timing can sometimes throw it off for me. But yeah, the second move is just a great combo extending move. Third move is a nice long range pit, essentially. It's literally a pit that stays on the battlefield for a few seconds, and it can literally drag you in and do a lot of damage, and you can't run out of it if you're in it, so they can just continue to combo your ass up. Like, it, bro, her 3 is real nice, and her 4 is a really good combo ender. I feel like that move, honestly, it has super armor and it's really good. That's really what it is. It does a lot of little sword slashes and stuff, and you can also, since it has super armor, use it as a counter sometimes if people try to recklessly rush in at you. So yeah, did I forget to mention she also has a counter? I honestly don't use Rimuru too much. I feel like I should use her more, but me personally, I don't know. Personally, I just wasn't really feeling her, but like, she's a really good character in my opinion. Like, not even my opinion, she just is a good character, amazing character, and we haven't even talked about her mode. Like, her mode is wow. Her 4 and her 5 in mode are pretty similar to the 4 and 5 in her base mode, so those we don't need to talk about too much. The 1 is also really similar. It's just another lightning from the skies, pretty much. But the 2 and 3 are actually what's different. Now for the 3, it's actually a move that can suck multiple opponents in big paws, and essentially it just does damage, sucks them in, and knocks them back after it does its thing, right? And the 2 is really the one that's annoying in her mode, because that move hits everybody on the battlefield, right? It's a big AoE move. It hits everything on the map, any player on the map. You can block it, you can perfect block it even, but it's just really annoying to fight, and it stacks points like crazy, especially there's a lot of people in the server, bro. You just get points out the ass. Like, Rimuru is amazing at that, bro. So yeah, that move in particular is why I would probably edge number 1 to her, just because, bro, honestly, her whole kit's really good. But yeah, so this is my list. Once you guys start playing the game and getting the feel for the game more, let me know what you guys think. Would you change the list around? Would you rearrange it? What do you think personally? Let me know down below. And without further ado, leave a like for the boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's try and get 500 likes, 1,000 likes. I don't know. Look, you like the video and you tell me what we get. Okay, cool. Bye.